Hey, local swell trackers. Yeah, it's the middle of January already, 2013. We're looking at some graphs here that we have from the University of Hawaii Department of Oceanography, coastal wave measuring buoys. This is at Surf News Network. Check it out. And here we go. We are showing the top one, the wave heights for Tuesday, Wednesday. Could get near 10 feet. These tend to be a little bit undercalled. Let's give it about 8 feet. 14 seconds for Tuesday. That should equate into a few 10-footers at Sunset Beach. It'll last a while. It's coming from about 310, 315. And the forerunners are kind of small as 13 to 14 seconds down here. Okay, and that's going to take us all the way in through Wednesday. And then Thursday, when we see some forerunners, check this out, it's off the charts, over 25-second forerunners. It should be hitting at about midday, even as early as Thursday morning. From about 3:05, 3:10, the thing will ramp up to at least 10 feet before nightfall with super long periods overlapping the prior event, getting 10 feet for Thursday evening, peaking here at about 12 feet open ocean at 20 seconds. That'll equate into solid 20 feet on Friday. And it gets support. It was a giant system that tracked northeast. I'll show you all about it, but just wanted to show you the graphs here. They're freaking me out. Okay, so here we go. A long-lasting swell period right here of about 13 to 14 seconds, bringing us up near 8, possibly 10 feet Tuesday, and then dropping Wednesday, but still decent. Then here comes the big fatty right there. Look at long-period forerunner swell trains reaching basically the entire Pacific as it finishes its journey all the way down by the Ross Ice Shelf. Wow, this is one of those big ones, and it happens to fall on the 18th, which is the average winter maximum with data provided for over 43 years, according to Pat Caldwell. More on that on the big picture right here. Click on that link. It's the top left link. Okay, let's take a look. This is Tuesday the 15th. Here she is here with some hurricane force winds, which is 65 knots and up. She is going to be tracking east-northeast as she gets to the date line and weakens Wednesday. It was not a captured fetch, and it stayed about 2,000 miles out. If it didn't, that thing had 55-foot seas in it and hurricane force winds of 65 knots. That thing could have been an unbelievable swell if our fantasies played out. In other words, rerun here. We'll get a northeast swell next week. Let these reload. If this thing was tracking towards us and got an extra 1,000 miles close to us, we would have had 40-foot waves out of that guy. So anyway, that's just my imagination running off. Down under, I'll just tell you really quick, it's a total shutdown. This guy's tracking down towards the Ross Ice Shelf. We're just not looking at any swell from down under. I want to quickly do some hindcasting from January 6th. About a week ago, you see these upstream trade winds of about 500 to 1,000 miles. It led to some high advisory 6-7 foot east-northeast trade wind swells. We had 2 rounds of it. It faded out a little bit. It's all thanks to this high pressure going clockwise, and it built again. And there we go. We're in that pattern right there. And that was from this last weekend where we saw, again, really big waves. And it's finally going to be tapering off. Yeah, but I just had to show you that high pressure has been pushed off to the east and allowed those long upstream trade winds to dominate. Okay, we're in a different pattern now, though, showing you that it's large and in charge. It's kind of dipping towards us, that big low. It didn't follow this one. That low did kind of moved up in that portion of the jet stream. The jet stream over time does still do very, very decent, and we should continue with our large winter swells. It breaks up just a little bit in about 7 days, but all in all, we're smack dab in winter. Down under, the jet stream showed a little bit of a potential for steering a storm, but it went right over New Zealand, and therefore we're not going to see much from that. We'll hope we get an exception. The only thing coming for our South Shores will be west-northwest wrap this Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Okay, let's take a look at the hand-drawn surface charts. There's that big high pressure. There's those long isobars upstream of us bringing in us our waves. All the low pressures off to our north and northeast have a front moving down the island chain. It'll be over Maui, the central islands, and then be dissipating. Weather should be much more stable and much better looking with northerly winds from Tuesday, especially by Wednesday. There comes that hurricane force storm low, moving up towards the central Aleutians Tuesday through Wednesday. Upper regions, the water vapor loops. There's the front in the upper regions, and it's, of course, been providing a lot of weather. The worst was early this morning with flood advisories. We even had to divert some airplanes. It was that bad. All in all, though, we're heading into a more stable period through the weekend. There's the big clockwise high pressure. This is not showing the low pressure coming off of Japan. Okay, we're going to go ahead and drill down, tell you highs are about 68, lows about 78. There's the front. You can see all the clouds. Now these are more down towards the surface. It's really hitting the central islands now, the Big Island Tuesday, and then out of here after that. There she is. That really gives you a good idea. Look how thick those are. Pretty rare. There's a reflective loop showing the ton of rain hitting Molokai and Maui as we speak. And again, getting better. And that's the local swell tracker. We'll catch you back here next week. Stay safe in this big swell. Enjoy the view. Aloha.